All right, 107 Prismatic Super Premium Collection promo sold. So this is the single promo from the SBC. It's one of the rare times where they only put one promo. They even put two promos in the Mega Charge or UPC. So that's been interesting. You see the big spike over here just a few days ago. So 107. The price has been going down since then. And when I look at the like I guess the 1 year graph, I see the price spiked recently to like 45. And then like I think people bought it when it dipped back down. Like I've seen a lot of graphs look like this where the price has been spiking like around like September and it's been like dropping. And yeah, people have been taking advantage of the dip. If you go back, you can actually see someone bought like 100. Yeah, over here. Someone actually bought 100 of these at about $38. Just not a bad price. Like right now the price is still around there. Like there's one cheaper stuff, but still price is around like $38 right for these. So they didn't really lose money or anything. It wasn't like one of those huge buyouts. I think it was just kind of like a good deal. Someone probably just opened a lot of Superior collections, but you do see like a lot of times the price was around the 40s. So I think honestly it's just really not the worst like pickup because these super premium collections like they're up to 315 or 316, like they're up $7. And yeah, like these will follow like they're not as good as some other premium collections, but like they'll follow like similar trajectories as like the UPC and whatever. Like the Celebrations UPC, the 151 UPC, Prismatic UPCs, like SPC, like these are some of like the better sort of like premium collections. Like the Charizard UPC hasn't done as well. I think it's not as popular. The special like I always say go after like the really good sets that are specialty sets because like then there's no um like people can just do a price per pack of like the specialty set packs. It's a lot more simpler, and they usually have like good promo cards and whatever. So yeah, so I think someone just made a pretty good buy for that, to be honest. And then it's still like Super Premium Collection still worth way more than like all the contests combined. There's about like 15 packs in there, so let's say even if Prismatic is priced at like $10 a pack, it's 150 plus a $40 card. It's 190, so you're still seeing the value over here. People do like the other things too. Like it does have this pouch and stuff, and like I think it's a play matter poster or something. Yeah, this is up, and this has been hovering around like 315 to 320 for a while. That's kind of where it's been. For the booster bundles for Prismatic, they've been selling about 100 per day last couple of days, and the price it's kind of back down to 60. I've been seeing more and more people get like drops of these, so that's the reason why bundles have a hard time rising, is because like you'll see drops getting continually added. Gaming Company added 172, which also dropped the price. So just a lot of like bundles up for sale right now. For ETBs are still above $40, just barely, but they're still above. They're like 141. 14 sold yesterday, and you're not seeing it rise that much above it. But as I said before, this is kind of a new territory for Prismatic. It was lower than this after release. So really good for Prismatic, that recovery. Like if you sold during this time, like it was probably what was rough because like you missed out on all these gains over here. This was like the time not to sell. For ETB cases, so there weren't any sales for about 4 days, and then one sold today or yesterday. And so I think people are picking up on the cheaper ETB cases. One did sell for 1,700. I don't know if it'll go much lower than that because as ETBs are starting to rise, Prismatic heats up. It doesn't really make sense to like give a discount for these. Packs are still selling really well. It went from like they sold 187 packs yesterday. Pack prices are still maintaining about the $9 price points very strongly. I see 880s over here. And it just makes sense. Like rip and shippers are going to rip a ton of Prismatic still. People are going to. I don't necessarily want to say always, but people are always going to chase Prismatic. Like it's just such a hard set to pull, and a lot of people like it. I don't know it. Sometimes strong emotions are a lot better than like mild emotions, and harder pulls are better. People are always gonna be like, oh, I want the Umbreon, and they're like, I hate this, and then they'll go back to it. And, like it's always gonna have that sort of effect. That's why it's done so well. It's also like Evolving Skies 2.0, like literally. Like it, like Evolving Skies has really bad pull rates as all the EV evolutions. So does Prismatic. Also has some of the most expensive chase cards. Lucario boxes, they've been selling about 10 per day, and there's a cheaper one over here for about like 116 or 117. Otherwise, a lot of prices still around 120. I said before, like pack prices are kind of stabilizing for cheaper ones. I think the booster bundle displays, they dropped about $50 or so. Let me check that. Yeah, bundles are down $245, SBC's up 7, PCCBs are down $2, and the card box is down $3. So I guess the booster bundle displays are actually the same price as yesterday. But yeah, these are around 1550, and they used to be at 1500. So there hasn't been a lot of sales, but the price has been keeping up somehow. PCTB is down a few dollars. One sold yesterday, and these haven't risen yet. But they've been around just under like 410. Prismatic Maintenance displays, no sales last couple of days. Still seeing like so much quantity over here, like 50. There's like 50 maintenance displays all around the same price. And then the EV promos have been kind of dropping, interestingly enough. I feel like they were like 12 something before, now they're 11 something. You're seeing 24 souls, so demand's kind of dropping back down. All right, 151 PCTBs dropped to $900. I've only seen this happen one time before, and it kind of went away really quickly. And is it market manipulation? Is it not? There's been this seller that's been in a lot of listings that's been putting the lowest listed by quite a bit. Like it's enough. It's not like, normally these have been like 930, 940. Like they were actually heading back to 950. But it's such a good margin. They're like, oh, should I really buy that? There's 3, and they always have a good quantity, like 3 of them. It's not usually just 1 or 2 for other people. But $900 to PCCB, just, these went to like 1,000. So it's like $100 off from that. It's been around 950 recently. It went down to like 930, so it's like down like $30. But I keep seeing the seller because if you look at 151, you see a ton of price drops. And I'm like, what's going on? Like these are rising back up. Like I told you guys, demand for UPCs and ETBs has been pretty good. So like, why did the price drops again? It's like ETBs are down 15, UPCs are down 10, PCTBs down 30, bundle displays down 45. I don't know if they affected that. I didn't really check. And then bundles down 2. So the sell, because like you see that seller was over there. You see for the ETB, they put 9 of them for $400 versus these are pretty much $415 already. So they're doing the UPC. I think, yeah, over here they're at the UPC too. 4 of them, $10 off market. So it's not necessarily that like the prices go down because like everyone wants to sell. It's just like this one seller is trying to accumulate a lot of sales or something. I guess they have a bunch. I finally looked up the seller a little bit. They have less than 100% feedback just because there's this poor communication. I'm always iffy when I see this like last 30 days, 90 days lifetime. If it happens like over the whole lifetime, it's like, why is there like a negative feedback over the whole lifetime? And it's also the number of sales have been pretty consistent. Or maybe I just reading this graph. I think I'm just reading this graph wrong. But yeah, otherwise this was just a poor communication thing. Otherwise seems like it's legit. Just opportunity to pick up 151, guys. This isn't gonna be like this forever. For those of you who missed out on yesterday's video, there was like 200 of these Snorlax promos with ETB sold. There's already 50 sold today, so people are still buying these up. You see 26 sold, so yeah, this has been heating up a lot, and I think a lot of ETB promos and other like rare promos are gonna do well. Like don't necessarily go after things attached to like valuable products and valuable sets. That's kind of the most obvious things. And if they have multiple versions of them, like with the PC ETB versus the normal ETB, that's even better. Yeah, ETBs, they're going up in demand, and they sold 0 yesterday. You see 9 sold, 4 sold, 6 sold, and I'm just waiting for these to break 415. UPC is also having pretty good demand. I've been calling this out for like the last few days, selling 2 to 3 per day. It's been around 610. Booster bundles sold 23 yesterday, pretty good. I'm just waiting for these go back to like 100, 105. But otherwise, there's people getting vending machines or whatever, and sometimes you can get like bundles for like a decent price because they're going to go up, obviously. Number of packs sold has been pretty low. 16 sold yesterday, 3 sold today, and the pack price has been around like 15.25, 15.50, most of them around 15.50. So the pack price has been pretty stable around that point. For Blooming Waters, it's about 182. 4 sold yesterday, a little more normal. You're still seeing like a couple sellers always around 182, and then most sellers around 190. Bundle displays, they dropped 45, and just looking here, trading card guild and AMJ collectibles have these for cheaper. So yeah, there has been recent sales, so I guess they're trying to offload them. And then for binders sold 1 yesterday, 1 day before. They're still having such a hard time breaking 1 for it. There's always a seller with like a ton of binders, and the thing about binders that they sell so little is like put less quantity. Like this never works. Like there's Barkbird cards who did that, and then Maintenance display is really sad now still since October 2nd as no one's buying these, and there's so many sellers now around the 325 price. Alright, so Mega Evolution is really falling, and we're getting to the point where it's priced similar to a lot of us Galvaya sets. It's definitely sub $300 now. Cases are down 17. Last couple of days, you just see a lot of red. See almost all red, almost all price shots for the last 3 days. Cases down 17. It's now 285 a box. And then yeah, I had someone like offering like 290 for a box. I was like, that seems a little too expensive. And enhanced boxes are down 6, other boxes down 10. The Gardevoir ETB, the ETBs are also dropping noticeably. Like Gardevoir is down to 87. Lucario dropped a lot from like it was 100 like a few days ago. Now it's down to like 90. Down 3. I traded for like a pair of these, and I was iffy. I was like, I don't know, it might go down. But it was some product I didn't really want, so I was like, okay with the trade. The amount of boxes sold is still really good. 82 sold. A lot of reason prices are dropping, like Nostalgianomics said, well, it's like we're getting the next wave pretty soon. There's an influx of supply, but honestly, I think after this next influx of supply, wherever the price drops to, I think that will be kind of the bottom for a while. And it'll go back up. So this your buying opportunity if you want to get a mega is really going. Hopefully you didn't get like 350 or 400. Yeah, 52 sold yesterday for this one, and prices are strongly around 290 for this one over here. Sold 18 yesterday, and then yeah, there's one at 295. This is still around 300, 305, and then cases are still selling a bit. 2 sold yesterday, 2 sold today. It's just the cheapest way to get packs still, so it just makes the most sense. ETBs, PCTBs sold 2 yesterday, not a lot, and it could rise up. Like there's not a lot of ETBs below like 250. And then Gardevoir PCTB only sold 1 yesterday, so not a lot of PCTB demand yesterday. And then yeah, I said the Lucario boxes, they've been selling like 50 per day, but they've been dropping. And the Mega Evolution for the Gardevoir ETB 43 sold yesterday, it's been alright, but yeah, they're both around $90. Pretty surprising that they dropped. It reminds me of Black Bull White Flare, to be honest, a little bit. They're actually around the same price as Black Bull White Flare. I was a little surprising. 66 bundles sold yesterday, and they're still around $54. But yeah, the cheapest price per pack is definitely just the cases, so there'll be more coming, and yeah, we'll see where the bottom actually is. Alright, Destined Rivals. I'm pretty surprised that the price didn't officially go to 400. So I saw it was at 394 yesterday, and there's just one seller. The seller's still there. Good feedback. I'm just surprised no one's bought it. I looked at sales, and no one's paid in the 390s. Yeah, I see one over here. I guess maybe this person bought, and there maybe some cheaper ones got listed. I don't really know, but guys, I saw in like the middle of the day, so I'm just surprised there's like one more over here. Otherwise, you still see the same thing, 399, and the price is going toward probably 408. The quantity here, most of the quantity is around Devastation over here, so someone kind of needs to buy these 17 booster boxes. But I think once people realize that like part of the reason why Destined Rivals dropped so much was because of the Pokemon Center drop, that it'll just recover. Especially since let's look at the price per pack. We haven't done that in a while. So the price per pack for a booster box is about $11. It's still a lot cheaper to get bundles, which bundles also spiked in demand today. And interestingly, you see 74 sold. Usually it's about like 40, so it's like it's usually about twice as much as normal. The prices are still around $54, $55, something like that. And number of cases sold yesterday was 0. We're still seeing the cases hover around 2,600, which is $432 a booster box. If I use a $400 price, it's about $30 more for a booster box in a case, so there's still that case premium. And a lot of people already missed on the cases, and it's not like we're getting a second wave or anything like Mega Evolutions. Like obviously, they could always reprint more and stuff. I know people are getting the vending machines, but the booster box cases, like, we're only going to be able to get those if like distribution gets more. That's kind of the only source. That's why these are kind of holding a premium. And then for PCTBs, 3 sold yesterday. They're still around 350. Number around 350 is about 5 PCTBs, and it goes back to 370. And then normally TBs are around 112. They sold 12 yesterday, and they're really not that far from like 117 or 120. There's just like a couple of cheaper ones available. But yeah, booster boxes, just looking to see where they go toward. I want them to go like toward 410. they could definitely go to like lower 400s. All right, Paldean Fates booster bundle displays. Demand is rising and the prices are rising, so it's probably up $17 the last couple of days. It's been kind of dropping, I think. So you see the drop, like you see red for all these days. Dropped from about initially it was on 1400 around just actually like 11 days ago. It was 1400, dropped to 1300, just to 1200. 1200, this was the major shift over here. That was the most significant change from October 8th to October 9th. That was like about 8 days ago. And then you see a lot of prices around the 1220s. It drops into 1150s. That seems to be kind of the stability point right now. I do kind of feel like a lot of prices have kind of stabilized already at this point, and some people are actually starting to buy into them. That's kind of how it feels like. So there's already been some recovery, and yeah, these I mentioned before how like it really isn't the worst buy. Bundles I feel like are a little undervalued right now. I think this is kind of the lowest it will go approximately. The lowest like absolutely has to be around 1,000 because that's like literally the same price as bundles. So like, you have to just look at some margin from that. Like what would be like if you got for 1050, that's a really good deal. And if you get it for 1150, like 1050 to 1150, then you're like okay, that's probably like pretty decent as well. So yeah, it's at 17, it's at $18 up. And you see the last couple of days sales have been rising. So like the slower period over here, this is when it dropped. People bought a little more, and then the price dropped, so people got scared. Now people are buying up again. So 3 sold yesterday, 1 sold today. There's one left at around 1165. Then you're seeing these 1173. So there's enough quantity for people to buy, but I'm telling you these won't last forever because it's just LGS offloading things. All right, for booster bundles, they're $97, and 11 sold yesterday, 10 sold the day before. So booster bundle demand dropping slightly. It was more around 20 before. I was dropping about 10. It's still kind of fine. Supply is around 380, so we did increase supply. I think last time I checked, it was like 350. The highest was about 400 to 450. And I'm just waiting for these to go back up. Like this really can't last forever. A lot of these are smaller people, probably getting from vending machines and stuff, or bigger sellers who are just dumping like their excess supply. So that's kind of how I see it. Like yeah, you see one over here that says over 1,000 sales, has 19, stuff like that. For ETBs still continue to have pretty decent demand, selling like at least 1 per day. And that's why the price has been pretty stable. It's still been around 280 this whole time. Heading back to 290. And then PCTBs, I said before, they're starting to pick up again, selling about every day to every other day. So 1 sold yesterday. And they're still around 430. There are CCD games has 8 over here. Otherwise, I would say these are heading back to 440. And then loose packs. Loose packs had a few more picture listing sales. You see like today, it's about 25 packs. And then for yesterday, that's about 11 packs. So yeah, a little more picture listing activity. South MTC has these for $13.79, but if you know better, just buy like the text sticker cases or something else. They're cheaper price per pack wise. All right, Crown Zenith. The 2 things that people are buying the most of are definitely still booster bundles and ETBs. Booster bundles heading back to 125. You see that lower price are CTC, whatever, 253. You still have 8. Otherwise, most of the prices are around like 125. People are still buying like on average like 1 to 2 bundles every like pretty much every day on average. And you see sales, someone did buy 125. Most of the sales are around 120. Then you see some random 110s. So yeah, this is definitely one of the things that people are getting into. I really think with Crown Zenith in particular, like there wasn't enough bundles because it was kind of a last minute thing versus like a lot of says afterwards, like bundles were a thing from the start. And then ETBs is the graph is broken, but you see like 2 sold today, 2 sold yesterday, 1 sold the day before that. It was kind of selling. It's been pretty much selling every day since like the 12th. Like every day, 1 or 2, and prices are still pretty stable around 233. I'm sure a lot of people want these just to get some crowns to try and diversify, and it does have the Lucario promo, which some people will go after as well. For loose packs had that 60 out the other day. There's only like 3 packs till yesterday, but yeah, there was 60 packs the other day. Pack prices are still around like 14, 15. That's kind of the range. For just like a smaller quantity of packs, like probably around 25 packs. And after that, they're around 430 for a little bit. And then, but now we're getting back to kind of 475 now that I look at it. There's not a lot of quantity left. The lower price ranges over here, there's 25 plus 9. That's about 35 packs until like 1475. So pack prices are starting to rise back up a little bit. See this guy? You see, sold one yesterday, and had we're still seeing JM sneakers. Like until someone buys JM sneakers, like this isn't really going to rise. Um, that's just kind of what it is. Pack prices starting to rise, so maybe people will buy these out a little bit. Um, and then Crown Zenith PCTBs. So it's still maintaining the same pattern, selling every day. We'll see if one sells tomorrow. But yeah, last week it's been selling every other day. All right, Phantasmal Flames. I've been hearing a lot of people who I've been doing deals of. Some people even reach out to me. They're like, "Hey, like I want to offload this, like because I'm buying a lot of Prismatic. Trying to offload Prismatic or whatever just to make some money for Phantasmal Flames." So this has probably been happening for a while for a lot of things. But like I remember hearing this for like someone said they were liquidating like 151 for Magic, and I'm just kind of iffy about that sort of stuff. Like there's potential with these sets, and sometimes you do want to get on them early. But yeah, this is why there's like opportunities. Like people, if you do enough deals, people will actually come to you and be like, "Hey, I want to like just move product around, get some capital." Phantasmal Flames still selling pretty well though. 55 sold from this, and then I think there were a couple of cases sold, so I think it ends up being about 73 total. I think 3 cases sold, so 18 total. Cases are still selling really well. I'm just not really sure what the price will be at release. Like we're still a little far away. But I don't know if we'll get like a Mega Evolutions kind of thing. Mega Evolutions is going down. And yeah, I like Phantasmal Flames. I remember Nostalgianomics said that the set is small, so people will pull the Charizard and then they might like not want the set as much anymore after that. We'll kind of see. Long term, it'll probably do fine, but short term, yeah. I haven't done the price differentials in a while, just because the price hasn't been changing, but it's been about a week. So over the last week, yeah, Bruce Rocks are down $2. Biggest change is that ETBs are down $11, cases are down 6, and then bundles are down 4 over the last week. The cheapest option is still the booster box, so obviously the bundles are still overpriced as always, and there's still a case premium, which since Mega case premium has gone away, I don't really see Phantasmal case premium being there for like longer than some time. Cases will probably drop down below whatever the booster box go down to. For ETBs sold 30 yesterday, pretty good. And then the booster bundles sold a month high of 30. Also, the last couple of days have been selling pretty good. And then the PCTBs haven't been selling as much. I think the like $600 just a little too much. I also think when they increase to 700, that actually deters some people also. All right, Black Bull White Flares. I put White Flare first this time than normally to be because demand's been kind of rising. That's the most noticeable thing. It's usually around like 12, 15, and then yesterday sold 20. Today sold already 21. So I'm not really sure what's happening, but yeah, people might be buying out some White Flare ETBs. Like they're not that far from 84. Although that's sort of its normal range. PCTB is down. Like they're about 210. No sales last couple of days, but 2 sold today, and they can still go up to like 217 or something. There's not that many at the lower price. PCTB for White Flare around 200. Yeah, no sales for like a week, and then 1 sold today, and these are just very strongly around $200. Black Bolt ETB, opposite White Flare, as the manager went down. 6 sold yesterday, 6 sold today. Yeah, this isn't doing that well. Bundles are $55 for Black Bolt. These are around 60 at some points. 5 sold yesterday, 15 sold today. It's doing so. It could go back to 57. That's kind of its normal price. And then White Flare is around $51. It's a little, usually it's about 50, so kind of normal range. 15 sold yesterday, 12 sold today. Kind of probably will stay at that price point. All right, joining together, still more expensive than Scarlet base. Interestingly enough, so this booster box is still 260. 1 sold yesterday, 2 sold today. And this one is still like pretty close to around 260, 265. It's kind of range. But the RJ Breaks just listed 10 of them, which doesn't really help. 260, that keeps the price kind of down. But the non-enhanced one, it's still technically 255, but there's only 2 of them, and then it goes to 270. So this has way more price potential. You see 2 sold yesterday. Number of cases sold, no cases sold since October 10th. It's been a week. And yeah, I don't know if the price is gonna go down or not. Like the price is already still so cheap, but it might go down if people want to offload stuff. I know people just want capital now. People have kind of business needs and whatever, so there's that factor. And then for the PCTB, it sold 1 yesterday. First one of the rare sales. Like it's been selling like every like 4 or 5 days. Still just right under like 195. All right, Final Fantasy collector box keep dropping. They're down $18 now in the 1180s. And yeah, I saw yesterday like there's just so much price bunch up around 1200. So yesterday, yeah, you're seeing like I said, like once you hit 5 boxes a day, I was like it's gonna go downhill from there. You're seeing like we're selling 2 to 4 boxes every day, so just really low amount of demand. There's only one box under 1200, then it's still around 1200. The price ladder does go up to about like 1210. Really not that much potential. This is still the cheapest option, price per pack wise, $90 a pack. But I want to look at cases. Cases still sold one yesterday at the 7700 price, but we still see a ton of case quantity around like 7700. Thunder Collectibles has like 9. They were undercutting yesterday. Now these are undercutting. I think cases will continue to go down. You ever see a deal where like it's around like $100 a pack? Probably a pretty good pickup if you want to get in Final Fantasy. That is. For packs sold 11 yesterday. So good thing about packs is that they keep like going back up. Like you still see spikes. Like it doesn't just drops like 5 per day like, every day. So that's good for packs. And it dropped like 117, but then most of the packs are around like 120. Actually, there's only a few around 120 and it goes to 120, like 123. So packs have been surprisingly strong. Like they drop below 123, but there's very low quantity and they get bought up. I want to look at what people are paying for these. If people are still buying the 122s, 123s, and they'll buy deals over time. For Omega packs, they're at 118, and they've been selling about 5 per day last couple of days. And I think people are buying this kind of dip because if loose packs are keeping up the price, but Omega packs are super cheap. Just because there's gonna be more Omega packs than loose packs, or like you can't create more. You can create more packs by opening other product, but you can't create more Omega packs, and they have more stuff in them. For Japanese, yeah, I don't really see Japanese going up or anything. No sales for almost a week. Yeah, it's just kind of sad. It was going back up and couldn't really quite get there. Play boxes are at 241 or 242. 14 sold yesterday. Demand's been pretty decent. It's just been kind of hovering around this price points. I know we're getting like more supply and stuff, or we already got, I don't know the exact details. For play box cases, 15 are available. It's just so sad that they're down 1200. They're up to like 1500. No cases sold the last couple of days. No one's really buying the cases even at this lower price. Gift bundles are at like 174. So this has dropped. Yeah, this kind of keeps dropping down. I was in the 170s. I bought some of these for like 160. So I'm kind of like, oh no, I overpaid a little bit. But it's all right. For Spiderman dropped. I thought it was like gonna be kind of stagnant around 470. Right now it's about like 455. So this is like kind of a new kind of low. And yeah, there's like 2 sellers. Then it goes to 460. It goes back to 465. But yeah, people aren't done dumping Spider-Man. And then for play boxes, you're at about 134. Been selling about 30, 35 per day. That wraps things up for this video. I hope you walked away with a better understanding of the market. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives in the Pokemon market. Tell me what's the next big investment you're considering in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.